what I do is I hit lots of volume, frequency. So when I bumped up the volume on this training, started hitting my arms 2-3 times a week, they just exploded. I think the other factor too was pumping in a lot of mass times with protein, breakthrough protein. I mean, that made a big difference in my recovery. I mean, I can hit my arms for, you know, up to 100 sets a week, and I can still recover. Make sure you lock out at the top with triceps.
Yeah, that is critical.
Yep. A little press again. Make sure you try and press it right through the roof. Get right back in. Now with arms, because you're not activating as much muscle fibers as you would with legs, you can go a little bit faster. So my rule is, in mastery, the smaller the muscle group, the little amount of the rest. Right? So less rest. So we're going right back into arms. Again, let's hit them. Boom. Boom. Little finger higher than the thumb at the top. Right. That gets the extra squeeze on the biceps.
I'm feeling the pump just watching it.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it too, guys. I hope you're feeling it at home. So here, the last round, I'm going to pop a little bit more. Again, even when I'm moving between sets, I'm moving with purpose. I'm here in the gym to do one thing, and that's to work out. There's no talking with other people. There's no moving around. There's no callywag in between sets. Vince Gironda talked about this years ago, and he observed the hundreds of champions that he trained. He observed that all the champions had a certain pace and sequence to their training. In other words, their training almost has a rhythm. And your best workouts, it's almost like a dance. You're just flowing back and forth between the sets, running and back and forth. So you slide back up, set your sequence. Okay, and then we just power up.
So what I've found from my experience, the lower I get on my chest, the more I'm working around the elbow. And the wave's going is right in the middle. It's very, very powerful.
You can see the weight slowing down at the end. There. That's as close to failure as you need to go in this type of training.
Because the total volume will make up for any
absolutely
lack of...
Just keep hitting it over and over and over again. You know, you look at speed skaters. They do an incredible amount of volumes and they got legs like this, right? They're not going to failure, but volume every day. They're skating for hours every day. So that infrequent training and training to failure and all that stuff, that's a bunch of myth that's never really worked in the real world. Right?
Do you know when that worked? It worked when guys were doing a lot of volume and then did that for a little while, and then the relativity of the stress made them grow, but they lost the total picture.
Absolutely. They thought the training is what made them grow. In actuality, it was the switch in volume, and that's what we've incorporated with the mastery. Alternating the amount of sets, the reps, and sequencing in a format. So you build the system up, and then you slingshot your muscles into growth in the active recovery period. All right, good. Woo! Even that one, you really feel that our forearms pumped, the arms pumped, everything's cranked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the next exercise sequence. We're going to get that set up. We're going to be right back, and let's hit those guns even harder. Well, the myth of overtraining. Boy, this one really gets me because I'll tell you why it hurts so much for me. Years ago, I got sucked into the one-set wonder workouts that were propagated by a lot of magazines and bodybuilding legends out there, and really it was more of a marketing ploy than anything else, and it cost me several years of development. And what I found is that the top athletes in every single sport are doing incredible amounts of volume. And really, if you look at it objectively, you'll look at all sorts of sport where the more volume people are doing, the better the results and the better the development. I always use the example of speed skaters who skate hours and hours every day at relatively high thresholds of training, yet they maintain incredible levels of muscle mass. So obviously this dispels the rumor about short, infrequent workouts. What we found that's worked best is a lot of workouts and a lot of volume, and that's exactly what you get in this course. And you know, the best part is you get a lot of results too. Alright, so we're up to the next sequence, which is lying tricep extensions. This is a Bill Pearl favorite. And you know, I hadn't done this for so many years, and then I started doing it again recently. I mean, it's one of my absolute favorite exercises. I really love the stretch.
Yeah, to be honest, it's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, so just pop the weight up. Okay, get the arms overhead. And just lower them right down. Stretch and flex.
I think that's just the perfect angle for maximum tricep overall development.
Yeah, I really love it.
You notice Wade's elbows, they're not like totally close against his head, they're not totally out, they're about somewhere in the middle. And you'll want to play with that. I find that just depends on the person's flexibility. Some of my clients used to be able to put their elbows right against the top of their head, no problem. Other people can't. So.
Absolutely. A lot depends on your shoulder development.
Yeah, how tight you are.
Attachments. Once again, always go with the feel. So then we're going right into easy bar curls, close grip. All right. I like this for thickness. Alright, perfect. So, now we're going to pop a little bit more weight on the triceps.
You know, another way to describe the way you're cycling the reps is, you know, ultra micro periodization.
Yeah.
You know, the periodization, they used to do 3 months of a rep range. Then the Bulgarians did micro, which was changing throughout the week. And you know, now you're doing it within the same exercise.
Absolutely. We actually have some of the advanced routines where we're alternating between whether you're training more for power, whether you're training more for size, whether you're training more for cuts. You vary the rep ranges in the sequence and also the order that you work the exercises. So once again, we relate to all that in the books. One of the things, you just keep going back and learning kernels over and over and over again. So, back again. Notice I'm kind of standing up in the middle, and I got my knees locked against the seated position.
Yeah. Yeah, I find on most benches you have to do that, otherwise they're just going to move around.
Yeah, exactly. Put a dumbbell behind it. And again, we're not going to total absolute failure. Once the reps slow down, boom, we're back over to the other exercise. We're going to hit it again for another set.